Eamonn Holmes takes swipe at ex-wife Ruth Langsford, as he calls new partner Katie Alexander his soulmate. The presenter has reportedly called Katie his soulmate. Eamonn Holmes has reportedly gushed over his girlfriend Katie Alexander. The GB News presenter, 65, began dating the marriage counselor, 43, at the end of last year after his split from Loose Women star Ruth Langsford following 14 years of marriage. According to Bella magazine, the presenter even called Katie his soulmate at GB News star Nana Akua's engagement party earlier this month. He reportedly added, "In sickness you find out who is there for you." It was an insensitive comment from Eamonn, but he's smitten with Katie and does feel like she has been there for him through the hard times, a source told the Mirror. That said, it is a kick in the teeth for Ruth because she has been there for him since the beginning. The Standard has contacted a representative of Eamonn Holmes for comment. Eamonn has been battling health issues for years after dislodging discs in his back which he said previously impinged on his sciatic nerve and affected the mobility of his right leg. In March, the presenter told his followers he is in constant pain. "Even when the sun shines there's pain," he said, sharing a selfie to his 782,000 followers. "Sometimes I feel I'll never beat this disc immobility, but I'm determined to have a life. So pray for me, help me or get out of the way, social media haters." He has frequently been pictured either in a wheelchair or relying on walking aids and turned to various therapies to aid his rehabilitation. And posting a throwback snap on social media in May, Eamonn said a picture of him broadcasting made him upset as he now can't walk. "Great picture popped up from 3 years but it's made me sad, I could walk," he wrote. "Got to redouble my efforts." Last year, Eamonn and his ex-partner Ruth Langsford confirmed that they were set to divorce after 14 years of marriage and 27 years together. Issuing a joint statement, a spokesperson for the former couple, who share one grown-up son, said, "Ruth Langsford and Eamonn Holmes have confirmed their marriage is over and they are in the process of divorcing." Eamonn Holmes takes brutal swipe at ex-wife Ruth Langsford, as he gushes over new love Katie Alexander. Eamonn Holmes reportedly took a brutal swipe at Ruth Langsford while gushing over his new girlfriend Katie Alexander. The TV presenter, 65, found love with Katie, 43, following his divorce from Ruth, 65, in May 2024, when they split after 14 years of marriage and 2 decades together. Eamonn and Katie have not been shy of showing off their affections for one another and looked very loved up at GB News star Nana Akua's engagement party earlier this month. While attending the glitzy party, Eamonn seemingly took a swipe at his ex-wife Ruth while discussing his blossoming new relationship, according to Bella magazine. He described Katie as his soulmate, before adding, "In sickness you find out who is there for you." A source told the Mirror of his remark, "It was an insensitive comment from Eamonn, but he's smitten with Katie and does feel like she has been there for him through the hard times." That said, it is a kick in the teeth for Ruth because she has been there for him since the beginning. Eamonn has battled a number of health problems in recent years, including a double hip replacement surgery, slipped discs and ongoing spinal problems. Mail Online has contacted Eamonn's representatives for comment. Eamonn and Katie grew close last summer and began dating soon after, with engagement rumors even swirling in December. Eamonn and Ruth had shocked fans with their joint statement on May 25, 2024, confirming the end of their 14-year marriage. However, the TV presenter continued wearing his wedding ring before he ditched the band last month, while Ruth has also stopped wearing her ring. At first, Ruth had resolutely kept her ring on, even declaring to a fan that she wouldn't remove them, "because I am still married," before officially ditching the band. The exes are now going through divorce, with Ruth thought to be desperate to finalize their split, having sought advice from lawyers to keep their £3.6 million 6-bedroom home in Surrey. However, Eamonn is reportedly dragging his feet, and is determined to get his finances back in order to give Katie the same lavish lifestyle his ex Ruth enjoyed. A source told The Sun, "Katie's been a rock to Eamonn throughout his ongoing divorce. Eamonn's health is always a big concern and after a few tax blows lately, he is more determined than ever to get his finances back in order." Eamonn feels hard done by in the divorce. He's dragging his feet because Ruth's got the house and they have a lot of other financials still to sort out between them. Eamonn knows his mobility issues are a worry, he needs a carer to help him get ready for work and that's expensive. The insider added that Eamonn doesn't want to lose Katie, and is keen to give her the kind of lifestyle she deserves. After his production company was hit by huge 6-figure debts, it's also been reported that Eamonn is keen to add to his workload on GB News. Eamonn Holmes' brutal dig at Ruth Langsford with cutting soulmate remark about new girlfriend. Eamonn Holmes and Ruth Langsford split last year after 14 years of marriage, and the GB News star has since moved on with his new girlfriend. Eamonn Holmes has made a brutal dig at his ex-wife Ruth Langsford after reportedly saying that his girlfriend Katie Alexander, 43, is his soulmate. Ruth and Eamonn, both 65, sent shockwaves through the world of showbiz when they revealed they were going their separate ways last year. The former This Morning stars were believed to have one of the strongest marriages in the entertainment industry. However, after calling it quits, Eamonn moved on with relationship counselor Kate, who he has already holidayed in Ibiza with, while Ruth stayed quiet. The pair look very loved up in some recent snaps after attending GB News star Nana Akua's engagement party together earlier this month, The Mirror reports. According to Bella magazine, the dad of four gushed that Katie was his soulmate during the glamorous bash in London, while also reportedly quipping, "In sickness you find out who is there for you." Commenting on the apparent dig, an insider said, "It was an insensitive comment from Eamonn, but he's smitten with Katie and does feel like she has been there for him through the hard times. That said, it is a kick in the teeth for Ruth because she has been there for him since the beginning." Eamonn is now often seen in a wheelchair due to his chronic health problems after having a double hip replacement and spinal surgery. Meanwhile, Ruth was recently spotted without her wedding ring for the first time in more than a year after the split. There appears to be no turning back for the Loose Women veteran who announced her shock split with her husband of 14 years last May. A source told OK that ditching the ring after such a long time was a significant move on Ruth's part. The insider close to Ruth said, "Removing that ring might have been a shock to fans, after she's worn it for so long. But it was the final bit of closure. It was a message to Eamonn and symbolic that Ruth's marriage and that chapter of her life is over. She's closing the door on her past for good. Taking it off," as Ruth saying, "I've moved on, it's all behind me. She's just desperate to get this divorce out of the way, now. There's no turning back." Ruth, who shares 23-year-old son Jack with the GB News star, posted a recent Instagram video which showed her making one of her favorite summer dishes, a colorful, no-cook salad. It's not the first time the star, who is now locked in a divorce battle with Belfast-born Eamonn, has shared her cooking talents on social media. However, it is the first time she's done it after quietly removing the wedding ring on her left hand.